Anyway, so the news is about Mike Evans. He suspended the appeal. He got denied. Now he's out for week 3 officially.
Yeah, I think he's probably about 15-1 to get that overturned. I think that was pretty clear cut. But yeah, look, the market thinks this is going to be a very low-scoring game.
Hang on, wait. Do you put odds on everything in your life?
Absolutely,
like when your wife says to you, hey, will you? Hey, do you think you can pick up the kids later? Are you like, I put that at 8-1? Are you literally like, is that your entire life? Like every answer that somebody asks you, like, if the wife is just like, hey, Jay, maybe tonight we get a little romantic.
Yeah, like,
50-1. I've had a few beers, 3-1. Yeah. Like, are you like just everything? Like,
literally,
just odd it out?
Everything is through that lens.
Yeah.
Yesterday, before I flew up to Stanford, my 2-year-old was sitting on like the kitchen bench, and Sophia was like, I think you should get her down. And I'm like, Remy is like a 20-1 shot to actually fall off. She's pretty good at sitting on the kitchen bench by now. So just everything is through that lens.
I like that. 20-1 to keep your kids safe. I like that. Perfect. Absolutely. Listen, by the way, they're 2. Yeah. Their brains are all mushy. It doesn't matter if they fall.
Very flexible.
They're flexible. It's bendy. It's all fine. All right, but let's talk now about Mike Evans not going to play against Green Bay. You were referencing this. I think this is insane. On BetMGM, official sports betting partner of the Happy Hour, we appreciate them. We need to get like a kiosk or somewhere in here where you can actually place bets. Lion.
Can we get Jamie Foxx in Collateral? A little shot of that. One of the most underrated films of the past 20 years.
Maybe we could actually get Jamie Foxx.
Jamie Foxx standing at the bar?
Just as the bartender. We've been trying to. We want to cast a bartender. Maybe it's Jamie Foxx. Like, is he shooting a movie right now?
Yeah, is he available?
Exactly. A lion and a peacock, and let them battle it out.
That's great.
Right?
Like Alien versus Predator, but lion versus peacock.
Lion versus peacock, but they're
lion
together.
Wins.
I mean, sure, but I'm just saying, but we're in partnership, so it's not anima. So a peacock and a lion making sweet love.
Yeah,
that's what we're talking about, making sweet love.
And the offspring,
peacock, lion love.
The offspring is the fantasy football happy hour with Matthew Barrett.
There we go. That's what we got. It all comes full circle. All right. Anyway, back to BetMGM. Line is currently 41.5, one of the lowest on the slate for Packers, Buccaneers. Yeah. Tom Brady, Aaron Rodgers.
Top 2 in MVP.
No points scored. That's what we're thinking here. 41.5, and it makes sense because no Mike Evans in this game for Tom Brady. We don't expect Chris Godwin to play. He's highly unlikely. He hasn't officially been ruled out, but we're not expecting Chris Godwin to play in this game. We don't know about Julio Jones' status. Feels like 50-50 at this point. He didn't go last week. So Tom Brady's going to face a pretty good Packers defense with Russell Gage, with Brashad Perryman, Cameron Brate. Yep. What are we doing here, Jay?
I'm with you. I think that the Packers defense, we keep on saying it's pretty good. Is it actually pretty good? Because they just got gashed by David Montgomery on the ground. Minnesota, who did nothing against Philadelphia, did whatever they wanted against the Packers defense. We thought it was going to be really good entering the season. Jair Alexander back, Rashawn Gary, my sleeper DPOY pick. But, they need to show something because this Tampa offense isn't very good right now.
No, it isn't. But to your point, so Cook had a nice game. First off, yes, the Vikings had their way with him in week 1. Buccaneers don't have a Justin Jefferson on their roster. Certainly not. They won't on Sunday. Even if Julio's active, right? Or even if Godwin in his first game. They don't have a guy like Justin Jefferson on the roster. So feels like this is a big Leonard Fournette game.
Yes.
When my love-hate list comes out tomorrow, Fournette's going to be on it. I think you see a heavy dose of Uncle Lenny in this one. But if Tom Brady's your quarterback, I would not, and I love TB12, but this feels like if ever there was a week you're going to bench Tom Brady, this feels like a week that you might think about doing it.
Tom Brady, yeah, I agree with you. He's the quarterback in our league, which we don't talk about. Our league, we don't discuss that at all. But
except yesterday when stupid Alexa threw it up there every 10 seconds. But yeah.
So right. Tom Brady last year, he was 42 pass attempts per game, leading the league in passing yards, all of that. Came into the season as a top 2 favorite to lead the league again. 27 pass attempts, 34 pass attempts the first 2 weeks. Now, he did that against the Dallas and New Orleans defenses, which might be 2 of the top 5-6 defenses in the league. But yeah, I wouldn't be expecting much from Tom Brady. This feels like his last year in New England, where he's had no one to throw to, and they still got through that, but it's not ideal.
They signed Cole Beasley. It would be surprising to me if he was active in this game. I just think from a fantasy perspective, I think you might want to, again, see who else you might have on your team. I'm not going desperately to, I'm not throwing in whatever Justin Fields for Tom Brady, but certainly I would lower expectations for Tom Brady in this game. And if Russell Gage should have had a big game last week and he didn't, I don't know that I have confidence in any pass catcher of this Tampa Bay offense here. And again, Bucs have a pretty good defense. And the Packers offense have struggled. So we'll get more into this game as the week goes on. And, of course, on Sunday morning, we'll break it down on Fantasy Football Pregame. Jay, you and I will be there with Michael Smith to do that. But I don't know. This feels like a super low. Like, I get why BetMGM has it at 41.5. And, and it actually was at, literally 5 minutes ago, it was at 42. It's already starting to trend down. It was down. Low and it's coming down. So let's move on there as well.
Natural segue.
My point is that because the Bucs defense is pretty good, the Packers aren't going to be scoring a ton of points. So it's not like Brady's going to get into a shootout here with Rodgers either.
The two best skill position players by far on the Packers are both running backs. That is a godsend for unders. Now, the natural pivot from Tom Brady and Aaron Rodgers is Marlon Mack. Obviously. We're going to talk about now. So he's been signed to the active roster of San Francisco. What are you doing with that?
I'm ignoring it.
Okay. Me too.
I'm ignoring it. I got this question on Twitter a lot, so we're bringing it up literally just to dismiss it. Whatever. I get it. You've heard of Marlon Mack, right? He's had some moments of fantasy glory here and there over the years with the Colts, but he was on the Colts. They didn't bring him back.
Nope.
Right? So then he goes to the Texans, and he was released by the Texans after training camp. Then he was placed on the Houston practice squad. He was released again by Houston on September 5th. So then the 49ers, who are now down to their third string running, so Elijah Mitchell goes in the year as the starter. He's out for 2 months. Jeff Wilson Jr. has missed 12 games since 2020. He is somebody that has struggled to stay on the field. Tyrion Davis-Price, their talented rookie, high ankle sprain.
Done.
He's now out for a handful of weeks. So it's just, to me, Marlon Mack is a body. He is a guy that qualifies at the position at running back. But that's it. It's fantasy football and it's the Niners, so anything's possible. But for me, this is not somebody that I am rushing to add to my roster. If I'm rostering a non-Jeff Wilson Niners running back, give me Jordan Mason.
Yeah, and the thing is with Marlon Mack that if he is taking time away from you, then you're probably not that good anyway, honestly, at this point.
He couldn't make the Texans.
Yep.
The Colts who could use some depth. I mean, they literally just have Hines and Taylor. He's on his third team in 6 months, basically. No, all due respect to Marlon Mack, but he is... I get it because you've heard of him. He had the 1,000 rushing yard season in 2019 with the Colts, so I get it. But when you can't make the Texans or the Colts, I just don't think you're going to have a fantasy impact on the Niners. Hey, it's Matthew Berry from NBC Sports and RotoWorld.com. Just want to thank you so much for watching what you just watched, or at least being too lazy to click out of it after the autoplay just kept it going. So either way, thank you so much for just letting it scroll by your screen. And now I'd like to ask you respectfully, please subscribe to the NFL on NBC YouTube channel for the latest NFL news, fantasy headlines from RotoWorld, and betting analysis from NBC Sports Edge.